welcome to today's video. Now today we're going to be talking about myths about book blogging. Okay, now this is something that I did some research into and things via my Twitter. Okay, I'm doing a new series where I'm doing like a question of the day and asking that to my Twitter followers and stuff, and then I'm using it to make the other materials and things. So there is a blog post on my website about this if you want to check that out. I will link that up for you somewhere. And but I wanted to do a video to talk about this as well, because there are a lot of myths about book blogging, okay, a lot of misconceptions. So I thought in today's video we could talk a little bit about that. So one of the most common, I think, is the fact that people think you need to be reviewing ARCs and new releases to have a following and high statistics for your blog. That's really not the case. A lot of my highest viewed reviews are not for ARCs or new releases or even like the mainstream hyped up books. Okay, so don't feel like you have to be doing that and getting your hands on these books. Okay, another thing which is very important, which I think a lot of people don't realize, because you think, you know, book blogging, automatically think about book reviews, but book blogging isn't just book reviews. Okay, you could do author interviews or roundup posts about, you know, I did one, for example, with 10 thrillers that I couldn't put down, kind of thing. I will link up to that for you as well. I've also done tutorial posts and things about book blogging. It's not just book reviews, okay? So if you're someone that doesn't read a high quantity of books, don't panic. You can still be a book blogger and you can still put out regular content consistently to your book blog. So yeah, I mean, book blogging is about sharing the love of reading, okay, which is super important. To remember, book blogging is not a competition about who has the most books on the bookshelf. Okay, it's not a competition about who gets the most ARCs. Okay, it's about sharing the love of reading. Okay, and that means talking about reading, talking about books. If you're doing that, you are a book blogger. Okay, which is something that a lot of people kind of overlook when talking about book blogging. So you can get copies of your books by all means. If you're lucky enough that you can buy lots of copies of books, if you're lucky enough to be able to receive ARC copies of books from publishers and things, then yay you're killing it, awesome. But also yay you if you're getting your books from the library, you're borrowing them from friends. Maybe you're doing book exchange at like one of these free little libraries or something, or maybe you're just downloading free books when they're available on Amazon. You know, it all counts. You don't have to be buying the books in order to read them and review them. Okay, and yes, so you don't need to have, you know, Belle's library from Beauty and the Beast, although that is life goals. But you don't need to have that. Also because a lot of people don't have that much space in their houses to be able to allow themselves to have that many books on their bookshelves. Okay, so yeah, don't panic about it. I mean, I have bookshelves for, I'm looking at them now, I have bookshelves for my print books, which are here. They're an absolute disaster. Just like shoved in wherever they fit on here. Okay. They're actually 2 rows in now. So there is another row behind this. There is no order to it, but I do strangely know where the books are. I mean, if they're in a series or by the same author, I tend to try and put them together. And I have, for example, in the front rows, it's mainly books which I haven't read yet, whereas the back rows are all books that I've already got to. So, but that's about it. But it's not a large amount of space for doing that. I also have another shelf in my bedroom, which has like non-fiction books on it and my own books, because I'm a published author too. I will link up to my books as well if you want to know more about my books and things. You can always come and check them out at jolenestow.com as well. Anyway, you'll find more information there. But so I have another shelf anyway in my bedroom by my desk, which has other books on it there. But this is like the fiction area, which is limited. And I have to say, I get a lot of my books now as like Kindle copies, because it saves space. It's easier. Also get the instant download on it, so I don't have to wait for it to arrive in the post. Don't have to deal with postage expense and stuff. It's easier for me as an international blogger to be able to do that. But anyway, let's have a look at some of the things that other book bloggers mentioned when I asked this question on Twitter. Okay, so the question was, what are some common misconceptions about book blogging? Okay, so we had Fantasy Book Nerd, who said that it is a way to get free books. Yep, you do, but not as many as you think. Very true. You can get free books. NetGalley, awesome for that. Again, free books on Amazon. It can happen. You can also get free books through hosting book tours. They can sometimes send you copies of free books there. Or maybe you'll be lucky enough to win a copy in a giveaway. I've won several, both electronic books and print books, through giveaways on Twitter or on Goodreads or other places like that. But you're not necessarily going to get that many free books. Okay. To get the free books, you kind of have to build up a little bit more of a following before you get approved for those and things. So anyway, next up we have from Cats Herding. We get paid for reviews, or reviews aren't honest if the book was gifted for a tour. Okay, this is true. There is a bit of a trust issue about book bloggers when it comes to reviews for that. I actually did a post in the past on my website all about that as well, so I will link that one up for you as well. We're just talking about, can you trust book bloggers for giving an honest opinion on it? And the honest answer, that depends, because there are a few small amount of book bloggers that maybe, fake having read the book and give it, or maybe they feel they need to be giving it a higher rating or whatever because they got the free copy. So yes, there is that aspect of it, but I think the majority of people are actually reading the books and are actually giving their honest opinion about it. And for the most part, not being paid to do it. Okay, there is a big thing about the money aspect. In fact, the next person, which was Sifa Poulton, who said, "We make money out of it, ha 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 ha. Some have affiliate links, but not all. I get nothing, and the actual books and website and time costs a fair bit." So yes, there are lots of misconceptions when it comes to money and book blogging. As a blogging niche, it is definitely not one of the money-making niches. Okay, so if you're going into blogging to make money and actually have like a proper business, don't think you're going to get rich quick with book blogging. Okay. Yes, affiliate links, you can get some, but as she says, for the most part, any advertising affiliate links and things you have on your book blog are probably just going to cover the expense of having a domain name or hosting, or all those extras there. And yes, book blogging does take up a lot of time, because it's not just the time that you're spending to write the book reviews, it's also the time you're spending to read the books, get copies of books, even if it's just like looking through NetGalley to see what books it's time consuming, just like everything. And then obviously, as with any other kind of blogging, you also have to dedicate a lot of time to promoting and marketing your actual book blog so that you can get seen, so that you can actually get the respect as being a professional book blogger and things. So yes, definitely agree that money is a big one. That's why I've got my computer behind the screen here to go through this. Okay, next up, we have Reading Ladies BC, who said, others might assume that my reviews are not honest if I've received a free book. So this is what we were saying before about, how much can you trust book bloggers for giving their actual honest opinion if they got sent a copy for free, or if they're being paid for the review. So yes, that's definitely a common comment that has come up for this. Redhead 5318 said that it's easy and hardly takes any time at all. Now this is something, yes, definitely the whole time issue. Like we said, you have to dedicate a lot of time to doing this. I don't know, this is something that comes up a lot with authors and things as well, that request reviews from book bloggers. They don't seem to appreciate, how much time it takes to read a book and how much time it takes to do a professional review of it. Because obviously, if you want to have, yeah, I liked it, it was good, then, technically that's a review. But authors want to have those more detailed reviews that go into, a bit of analysis of the text, take a look at the characters and the character journey, the arc of the story. I want to talk about plot and setting and things. They want to have those kind of reviews, but they don't a lot of the time realize how much time and effort goes into creating those. And also reviewing the book, which you're probably reviewing for free anyway. So that's that. And yes, also Tessa's book blog, I second Andrea's response, which was the one before. It's easy and takes little time. So yes, I think it's quite obvious there are a lot of common themes here about the myths about book blogging and misconceptions that a lot of people have about book blogs and book bloggers and what it is that we do. So anyway, I hope you found this video interesting. If you have some more misconceptions about what you think people think about book blogging, or maybe some book blogging myths that you want to debunk, down in the comments section below and join in the conversation. And yes, I would love to hear more about this. I think it's really interesting to pull together ideas like this and actually have a conversation about it, because these things are important. There's a lot of other blogging niches that don't have as hard a time as book bloggers do. It's easier for them to get advertising on their blog. It's easier for them to get free products to review. It's easier for them to get paid for what they do, and just tend to be more appreciated, despite maybe doing less. I'm not like slamming on other blog niches, so please don't take this the wrong way. All bloggers working hard out there, and respect. But book blogging is a particularly hard niche. So yeah, anyway, I think it's important that we discuss these things. And yeah, if you have anything you want to add to any of the myths that we've talked about today as well, then again, I would love to hear from you here, or like I said, I will link up to the blog post that I did on joliensdale.com, and you can also hop onto the comment section there and join in the conversation over there as well. Anyway, that is it for today. Again, hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please click subscribe, give the video a like, and yeah, say hello in the comment section. And I will see you next time. Bye.